Do you know, to be quite honest with you, my gorgeous Taurus, something really important is actually going to take place right at the beginning of this week. Something really important is going to happen. And what is going to happen, it's actually going to make a huge impact on your life. And you are going to, you need to understand that this is a lot about you at that moment in time, reconnecting with yourself to the point where you're going to reconnect with your own spirituality. You know how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like you are having some kind of divine support, and that's exactly what is going to be happening, because this in itself is happening for a very specific reason indeed. It is required from you to be as natural as you possibly can. It's required from you to be as organic as you possibly can, as authentic as you possibly can. The more authentic, real, organic, and natural you are, the more you are going to become absolutely confident, and the more you are going to trust yourself. So this is something that I really need you, my gorgeous Taurini, to most certainly remember, because this particular thing, which is going to be so important, which is going to make such a powerful impact on your life, you know what this is? It's to do with a really great news, fantastic news, which is going to open your eyes. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself, and at that moment in time you're going to be like, oh, thank God. You're not going to need to be worrying about something that was draining your energy for absolute ages, and it's to do with the part of your life when something really negative and nasty kind of happened, and it really has kind of shaken you off. It threw you out of balance for a while. So I'm talking about the negative tower situation, which did affect your life in such a way where you were like kind of maybe a little bit scared and a little bit negative, because you were like kind of thrown out of your own balance, you know, because it's to do with something that surprised you, but in a quite negative way. Of course, I am talking about some kind of a dark tower, you know, dark tower situation that you have been through in your past, and this in itself was kind of left unresolved. So now when I say that something important is going to happen, it's a lot to do with this news, information, and message that you are going to have, and this is instantly going to elevate you. This problem was probably, you know, it's to do with the problem, like a very difficult problem that was created, you know, and that problem along the way became way heavier than anything else in your life, and it became way heavier than you could have possibly imagined. So this is going to be absolutely important time, because of that dark tower that happened to you beforehand. This affected you in such a way where you were worrying maybe about your finances, about your financial situation, and you know, that problem that was created in your past when it comes to that dark tower. Emotionally, this actually did affect you quite a lot, which means that, you know, also you would find like maybe very difficult to juggle kind of few different things together, or you would get kind of very easily kind of stroppy or nervous, you know, around certain things that you shouldn't be stroppy or nervous whatsoever, my gorgeous Taurini. So now in itself, this is really going to help you to stand firm, and it's also going to really, at the same time, why you're going to feel so happy is because now you will know that you will be able to go for one specific opportunity you have been thinking about for a while. This is indeed why you're going to feel so excited and why you're going to feel so elevated, because it's to do with a specific opportunity that was on your mind for a while, and now you will be able to do that specific opportunity. And I don't even need to tell you what this opportunity is, because there is something really interesting that you are going to find out about that particular opportunity that you have been thinking about already. And somebody who is close to you, important to you, somebody who gets on with you, is going to mention to you something at around around a similar time about the opportunity you have been thinking about for so long, and maybe you didn't even thinking about, maybe you haven't been reminded of that opportunity immediately, if you know what I mean, because it has been a while back, a while ago. But then somebody who's so close to you, like your friend or a family member, somebody who you get on with, it's most certainly going to remind you of this opportunity. They're going to mention this through some kind of conversation or whatever it's going to happen, some kind of conversation is going to be going on, and that person is going to mention that opportunity, and you're going to be like, oh my god, this is brilliant, I can finally go for this opportunity, I can finally do this, oh my god, this is brilliant. And you're going to absolutely love the feeling that you're actually going to have within. It's to do with your vibration instantly rising, but it's also to do with you at that moment in time coming out of your comfort zone. You're guided by your spirit, you're guided by your soul, you're guided by your spirit guides here, my gorgeous Taurini. So this is why this is going to be so important. Your spirit is literally going to jump out and just tell you like, follow me baby, follow me now. And that's exactly what are you going to be doing. Absolutely brilliant indeed. So now you will know when it comes to that opportunity, this is going to be highlighted by somebody in your life. Now you're going to be able to do this. You will know that this is going to be a good choice, a powerful choice, a really wise choice as well, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed. So this is why this is going to be so important. But also when it comes to that opportunity, you know, there is going to need to be some kind of like a training and consistency and practice, which is going to be connected to it like quite a lot indeed. But then again, it's all part of it, which you are going to be kind of enjoying it so much because you are going to start floating, my gorgeous Taurini, towards the right direction. So this is why this is going to be so important. Here, you're not only going to become aware of like a major, something really wise when it comes to that opportunity, but you're going to also make a really kind of significant decision when it comes to your future. So this is all going to boil down towards you making a really important and quite significant decision when it comes to your future, and you're gonna go into this planning mode, and that each thing that comes to your mind, it's gonna kind of be so refreshing. Each thing that comes to your mind when it comes to this particular planning mode, it's going to have a completely different effect on you than anything else. And you know, like other people that are close to you are gonna be able to kind of notice your energy and vibration, your energy being different, your energy that, you know, people who are the closest to you are gonna come to you this week and tell you that they can notice that something is different about you. They can they will be able to notice that your energy changed, but for the better, you know. And this is to do with the specific people in your life who knows you like completely in and out, and who means to you so much, you mean to them so much, and for them to say something like this is gonna kind of elevate you even further. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Taurini, in so many different ways indeed, because all this is going to happen completely unexpectedly. And I'm keep on telling you this all the time, when things happen unplanned and unexpectedly, you know, it's just like we respond to them differently, you know, we respond to them differently than how we would respond to if we are completely prepared for something and this and that. This is also again going to happen naturally and organically, and that's the best way. Absolutely indeed. Sorry. I'm all like, oh God. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Taurini, you know, you're gonna, let me tell you this, that you are, first of all, going to see like a very unusual and strange sign. A very unusual and strange sign. It's gonna be connected to something natural. Something natural. I don't know, maybe there is going to be some, it could even be inside your home, maybe it's gonna be outside your home, you know, but it's gonna be connected to something natural, or it's going to be connected to the actual to the nature itself, you know. So maybe it's to do with a certain plant at home, like just move by itself or just fall off, do you know what I mean? Maybe it's to do with a certain, maybe pet, you know, nature, you know, even pet can act in a strange way, for example, you know, that's nature, you know. Maybe it's going to be on the outside, you're going to be looking at a tree, or you're going to be within the nature itself, and then something is going to happen somehow somehow you are going to have a very strange and unusual and bizarre sign again. Very, very strange, because it's coming from a completely different dimension to remind you that there are different entities around you and they're not necessarily all bad. Do you know what I mean? This is more like to help you to understand that you're tapping into like a slightly different dimension, and you will see that something very, very strange and very, very strange and unusual you are going to experience, and it may not be obvious as almost immediately like, oh yeah, it's a nature, but you will see that somehow this is connected to the nature. So it's going to be an unusual sign that you are going to have first at around the midweek, and then after that moment in time, do you know what? It's not about the actual sign, but it's more about an indication that you are a really kind of an indication that you are about to align yourself, that you are about to have some kind of alignment. And even if you don't have that sign, even if you don't become aware of that sign, even if you don't see that sign, it doesn't matter. You're still going to have the moment of your alignment when it comes to the midweek. And what does that mean? That means that you are, before you have an alignment, of course, you are, what happens is that we find ourselves on crossroads, on the actual crossroads. You're going to find yourself on the crossroads when it comes to the actual midweek. When you find yourself on the crossroads, you know, you are going to be thinking about the cycle of life. You're going to be thinking about certain magical things in life, and you're going to be thinking, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And then you're going to realize, you know, that there is something really specific that you are going to need to let go. You're going to realize that there is something really specific that you are going to need to let go. The moment in time when you realize this, it's all about your pure intent. It's all about you walking through the sacred doors. But it's also like kind of very important to mention that when it comes to this, you need to have the right timing. When it comes to this, it needs to be the right timing, because it's about you walking away and moving on from, you know, maybe some kind of a group of people where you're going to realize that you don't belong there anymore, that you don't belong somewhere anymore. So maybe it's to do with a certain group of people that your karma with them has come to an end. Maybe it's to do with a certain collaboration that you wanted to have with a specific group of people. However, this is going to reflect on a certain group of people where you're going to realize that now it's time for you to kind of let that go and walk away from it. And now, you know, you have been thinking about it. This did cross your mind, you know, but you just didn't have the necessary confidence because you were just worrying that this wouldn't be the right step or the right thing to do. And now, plop, plop, complete spiritual plop, plop, my gorgeous Torini. Why? Because as soon as you realize this, now this is gonna make a completely opposite impact on your life to what you would have thought. Sorry, to what you thought like kind of originally. So this in itself, it's actually going to give you confidence. Sorry about my voice. Sorry, my gorgeous Torini. Maybe I've got a little bit of my coffee. Look at the size of my mug. Oh God, sorry. It's right at the end, you know. Yeah, anyway, so my gorgeous story, which didn't help to my throat whatsoever. But yeah, anyway, so, you know, so because I was doing readings yesterday, and this is why sometimes, you know, talking a lot, and my throat is like, oh my God, big mama, like this, like, oh. Yeah, flapping like that. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so this is going to give you confidence, my gorgeous Torini, okay? This is actually going to give you completely opposite effect, but it's going to be very positive in so many different ways. But the bottom line is that this is now giving you all, this is all going to kind of, as soon as you decide who to walk away from and what has come to an end karmically, this is actually going to give you a great deal of confidence, my gorgeous Torini, indeed. And that in itself it's really also at the same time, when it comes to that confidence, for example, you are going to also have a very, very interesting idea how positive this is going to be, especially when it comes to you, especially when it comes to your finances, your financial situation, and especially when it comes to, again, finances and financial situation. And I'm not saying that you had a problem with finances. Don't get me wrong, because in the first part of a week I've seen the finances again. Mid part of week now I'm seeing finances again, but it's way more than just finances, if you know what I mean. Because when it comes to the midweek, it is actually more about you protecting what is yours, you saving what is yours, you protecting what's yours, you protecting what belongs to you. With this, you are protecting what belongs to you. I suppose at the same time, emotionally and spiritually, you're also protecting your sanity, because when something karmically comes to an end, when it comes to specific certain things in our lives, it is going to be draining our energy until we kind of face this situation and look at it from a different angle and realize finally that this has come to an end, that this is the direct reason why we were worrying, or why we were negative, or why our balance was affected. So many things are going to be connected to this. So it's financial as well. Again, it's got elements of finances, but then again, it's more about you protecting and saving what's yours. And this is like how you're going to become very, very determined, because you will know exactly what's happening, what you are doing, and what a beautiful effect on your life this is actually going to have. Absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Torini. By the time you get to the last part of this week, oh my god, blast from the past. It's just gonna be really weird again. It's like nobody's gonna like return into your life and say, hello darling. No, but you're gonna see something and you're gonna hear something about someone from a long time ago. From a long time ago, you're gonna hear something about someone and see something, there we go, and see something about someone from a long time ago. Something who is a really nice person and somebody who used to be part of your life for a while, for quite a few years, And what are you gonna hear about that person? It's gonna be so random and it's really going to surprise you. Maybe you're gonna read something about that person, maybe you're gonna see that person online or somewhere. But that particular person who you're gonna see, who you're gonna come across, you haven't seen in many, many years. Like, oh my god, many moons, baby, many years you didn't see this person. But it's more about you're gonna be kind of, it's this person, I really like this person. So it's someone who you like and someone who you liked, but like a friend, none of those Mr. Lover things. No, baby, no, like a friend, or like somebody who used to know, but somebody who you like and somebody who you appreciate. But then it's like more about what are you going to realize what that person is doing in their life, or what they have done. There is an idea, a realization that you're going to have, something that you're going to hear, and something which is going to inspire you, and something which is going to make you feel like, I want to do this in my life, I want to do that. That's brilliant. My suggestion is to just go for it, my gorgeous Torini, because it's coming from someone who is very special, like very, very special. This person is different to lots of other people. This person is different, but this person is adorable in so many different ways. But it's coming from someone special. But it's also happening at the right time as well in your life. What is going to be revealed to you, it's also going to be something that is most certainly missing in your life. And it's going to make your life, you're going to be so much more content. And you're going to feel like, in a while after that, after you take this on seriously, you're really going to have a kind of very important achievement, which is going to help you grow within the places where you did not grow for a while whatsoever. And that in itself is going to help you to understand more about yourself and discover more about yourself, discover more about your life. There are so many things that happen for a reason, my gorgeous Torini. And this, hello darling, it's going to be one of them. This is going to be one of them. Even my little Samantha is agreeing. You see, Samantha is like kind of sending a little subconscious signals. Samantha is agreeing. You see, Samantha is all shaking here, yeah? And Elizabeth is like already like, oh my god, yeah. So now also my gorgeous Torini when it comes to the last part of this week, you know, what I really like here is also, you know, it's a lot about your liberation, it's a lot about your freedom, but also at the same time, you know, it's a lot about your liberation and it's a lot about your freedom, but it's more about you're going to be thinking a lot. Liberation and freedom came from what was happening right at the beginning of this week. This is all going to lead towards the end of this week, where you're going to feel really liberated, you're going to feel really free. And my point is that if this didn't kind of work out to be the way it is, you wouldn't get to this wonderful stage of your life, for example. And now your liberation and freedom, that's how you're going to feel liberated, you're going to feel free, you're going to feel so beautiful, you know, to be quite honest with you, how you haven't felt in a while. And there are going to be lots of elements of you kind of drifting into your past and thinking about a lot of memories as well. But then on another note, you are going to be thinking a lot about expansion. You're going to feel this force, you know, and you will think a lot about expansion. And that in itself, it's like kind of like you're going to be contemplating, and then only later, when you're lying down, when you're chilling out, when you stop thinking about this, then suddenly, poof, something is going to come. Suddenly something is going to come. The moment in time when you stop thinking about it, my gorgeous Taurus, you know, you're going to realize that, I know this is going to sound so weird and so crazy, you're going to realize now suddenly that somebody who you thought stabbed your back did not stab your back whatsoever. This is what you're going to realize, how crazy this is. This is what you're going to realize when you're chilling out, when you're kind of like thinking about something completely different. You're going to be contemplating, and you will not know what to do about this expansion. Then you're going to be chilling out later on, and then when you're chilling out and you forget about this expansion, what is actually going to come to you, that you're going to realize that somebody who you thought all this time stabbed you in your back did not stab you in your back whatsoever. What a mind-blowing, out of this world like insight you are going to have through this mini meditation you're going to have, or mini relaxing stage that you're going to have. And this is going to mean to you quite a lot. Suddenly this is a part of your psychic insight. Someone is going to come into your mind who thought that stabbed you in your back, that was dishonest with you and whatever it happened, and now you're going to suddenly have this insight, and you're not going to be able to explain where this is coming from whatsoever, but it's on another note going to have a beautiful impact on you, and you're going to feel really, really glad here, really happy. And as soon as you kind of realize this, without you even becoming aware of the fact, this is going to make an impact on you expanding when it comes to that expansion, okay? And then suddenly you are really kind of going to know exactly how you're going to do this. And also when it comes to some kind of a timing, you're kind of going to know exactly kind of how long is something going to take, and there are certain steps that are going to come to you completely out of blue, my gorgeous Taurini, indeed. So one thing is going to lead into another. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's going to be absolutely brilliant indeed. All I can say to you, my gorgeous Taurini, that this is the beginning of your turning point. Okay, my gorgeous Taurini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye. Mwah.